There are nights when the world feels impossibly heavy, a hush after everyone's gone to bed, where you stare at the ceiling, heart pounding, wondering if anyone truly sees what you're carrying inside. Maybe you're driving home in the rain, waiting for sleep that never comes, and a quiet ache settles in, a longing for rest, for comfort, for someone to understand without you having to explain. What do we do when we walk through the valleys? Those shadowed places in our lives where hope feels distant and the silence around us echoes our hidden fears. Maybe it's the stress that pulses behind your eyes as you juggle work deadlines, bills stacking up, messages left unread because you can't find the words to reply, not even to the people you love. Or perhaps it's the quiet loss no one else sees. The friendship that faded, the family member you miss, the dream that slipped through your fingers while you were busy surviving. Sometimes it's the disappointment that comes from comparing your life to others, scrolling through perfect photos and wondering why your own days feel dull, lonely, just too hard to share. It could be silent pain, a heartbreak you didn't choose, a diagnosis that changed everything, or a secret anxiety that keeps you up at night, unseen by the world, but so real to you. These valleys can feel endless. You try to stay strong, but the mask grows heavier each day. You wonder if anyone else ever feels this tired, this invisible, this quietly afraid of what tomorrow might bring. Maybe you replay old conversations, wishing you'd said something different, or regrets become shadows that stretch across your memories, colouring the present with doubts you can't quite shake. There might be moments when you question your worth, when the voice inside whispers that you're not enough, that nothing will change, that the light at the end of the tunnel is just a trick of the mind. You carry wounds that don't show up on x-rays, grief, betrayal, shame, or just a simple ache of hoping for more. Sometimes you hide it so well, even those closest to you never know. It's easy to feel alone in these struggles, to believe that you're the only one fighting this silent battle. The world keeps moving, and you wonder if you're being left behind. But underneath it all, a part of you quietly begs for reassurance, for a sign that you're not forgotten, that there's still a way forward, that your story matters even in the shadows. In those moments, a gentle whisper comes from an ancient place, a verse from the Bible that has comforted countless souls. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalm 23, colon 4. This isn't just poetry or empty comfort. It's a promise that even in our darkest valleys, we are not walking alone. God's presence remains steady and unshakable, even when everything else feels uncertain. The valley of the shadow isn't just about death. It's about any place of deep fear, sadness, or confusion. It's the hard seasons when we can't see the way out, but are still gently held and guided. The verse reminds us, there is no valley so deep that God's love can't reach us. Even when we can't feel Him, He is there, walking beside us, bringing comfort, courage, and hope. Let me tell you about Anna. She was always the strong one, holding her family together, a smile on her face even when her world unraveled. But one year, loss hit her hard. A job, a friendship, a sense of herself. She kept showing up for others, but at night the tears would come. She felt like a shell, praying for answers, wondering if God had forgotten her in that long silent valley. One evening, Anna found herself walking under the stars, the air thick with questions she couldn't voice. She whispered Psalm 23:4, not sure if anyone was listening, but desperate to believe it. In that quiet moment, something shifted. Not all at once, but like a gentle light starting to grow. She still faced her struggles, but the sense of being utterly alone began to fade. She noticed small signs of hope, a friend's unexpected message, a sunrise that felt like a promise, the strength to get through one more day. Each was a reminder that she was not abandoned. Over time, Anna learned that valleys don't last forever, and that even in the darkest parts, God's presence was real. She found courage not because life was easy, but because she was never truly alone. Maybe your own valley feels endless right now, but healing often starts quietly, with a single breath, a whispered prayer, or the comfort of knowing that someone, somewhere, cares. Hope doesn't always shout. Sometimes it's a gentle nudge, a memory, a favourite song, a quiet sense that you are loved from the inside out, no matter how lost you feel. You don't have to fix everything today. It's enough to take the next step, to let yourself rest in the truth that you are seen, known, and deeply valued, even in your struggle. Every valley, no matter how shadowed, is a place where healing can begin. God's promise isn't that we'll never face darkness, but that we never have to face it alone. If you're walking through a valley, remember, your story isn't over. You are not forgotten. The God of Psalm 23 walks with you, carrying hope into your shadows, shining light where you least expect it. If you can still hear yourself, you're not completely lost. Your voice matters. Your heart matters. Feel free to share your feelings or stories in the comments. We're here together in the light and the shadows.